Who is the greatest rapper of all time? That is a question that we will be looking for an answer to in this series. We're gonna take a look at the entire career of a rapper each episode and we'll rate them out of 100 in the following categories: lyricism, flow, beats, diss tracks, rhyming, and finally influence. After we've rated them, we'll take an average and that will be the final rating for the rapper. Right, let's roll the intro and get started with today's episode. Let's begin with the categories. We got lyricism. We could discuss this topic for ages. Eminem never waters down his lyrics and he has everything from wordplay to storytelling to flow and rhymes. The latter two we'll discuss later as separate topics, but for now let's look at an example. Here's his latest verse from his song From the D to the LBC. Let's look at this section for now. The words highlighted in red are all the words involved in the wordplay, all the similes, metaphors, entendres, and homophones, etc. Let's take a look at the wordplay here. The calm breeze and palm trees is light wordplay for Eminem. Palming trees refers to holding a joint, and the other meaning is the breeze you feel in regions where palm trees grow. Next up, the blonde beach and platinum is just light wordplay Eminem sprinkles everywhere in his verses. Self-explanatory. The upcoming Hulk wordplay is crazy though. Firstly, he uses zombie in a way which it means that his senses become relaxed and he becomes slow when he smokes. Not even smokes, as he says he catches a contact. Then he mentions the Hulk and later says strong green, which refers to how heavy Snoop Dogg smokes, and of course, the reference to the Incredible Hulk who has massive green arms. Lastly, this one-liner, it's on screen for you. I mean, it's crazy homophones packed in there. Only Eminem does this. There's about 6 bars of imagery here as well, which you can vividly imagine in your head as you hear Eminem rap them. It's not over just yet. We got the rhyme scheme to look at and it's packed as well. Eminem starts off with simple 2-syllable rhymes, but not just at the end of bars. He uses them as internal rhymes as well. Later on, he adds 2 internals as well. The next scheme is the phrases that rhyme with pharmacy, and you can see all the phrases he rhymes in just 3 bars. Alright, moving on. It's indicative that lyricism and rhyme scheme lead to having a great flow and diversity in your lyrics. A good flow in a song is often related to a great rhyme scheme, and that just means the artist is great lyrically. Eminem has the unique ability to make his voice sound exactly like the rhythm of the beat. His voice and the instrumental mesh together perfectly. The perfect example is his verse on Gatman and Robin.
There ain't gonna be no friendly debates over competency. Just quit fucking with me and I'll gladly quit fucking with you.
Come on guys, the acapella of this would legit sound like the beat. Alright, we've done 3 categories now. Here's how I rate them. Lyricism is a strong 94 for me. Never relaxes with the pen. Where he loses points for me is the corny wordplay he sometimes sprinkles in, and how sometimes you could notice in his bars that he's sacrificing something just so he can add some wordplay there. Rhyme scheme, I mean, come on. This is a solid 98. YouTube is littered with Eminem rhyme scheme videos and the whole verse is highlighted. Alright, flow. This one's tough for me to rate out of 100. I also have to factor in the fact that not everyone is a fan of his flow as much as I am. He has most flows mastered, right? That mastery, however, does not show up on some of his tracks, as some of them greatly lack replay value. I feel like 85 is a fair rating for Eminem's flow. Next up is discography. 11 studio albums, accolades are off the charts. Here's how I would rank them, by the way. I think it's general consensus that his first 3 albums are certified classics, and since he returned from a rehab with Relapse, I have loved all his albums, but it's been hit or miss for a large audience. I won't factor that into my ratings for these albums, but I will do so when I'm rating it at the end. As far as the collab albums go, he's dropped alongside Royce da 5'9" and D12. His collab albums are loved by loyal fans, but a large audience of rap listeners are unaware of them. But just for the sake of it, here's how I would rank them. No matter how the whole album is received, Eminem always has a few hits on each of them and has stayed relevant to the cassette and the streaming era. Aside from his major discography, he's put out a number of diss tracks and ended careers straight up. Beefs are a major aspect of a rap career, and even if that culture has died down a bit among mainstream rappers, Eminem has never been afraid to go at anybody, whether it be on a single off of his album or on a separate diss track. It's basic knowledge that he's got some of the best diss tracks ever. Artists know they ain't beating him in a rap battle, so they just throw shots for attention nowadays. Game. But that'll wrap it up for diss tracks category. Not much to say here. I mean, if he wanted to, Eminem could literally make a career out of dissing rappers. Let's end it all with influence. With an illustrious 20 plus year career, there's a long list of artists who Eminem has influenced, many of whom have said it on tape.
The greatest rapper infinity all time is Eminem.
Some guys that could spit. Eminem, one of the best that ever touched the mic.
All his old shit, that's like a part of who I am. I wouldn't be who I am without Eminem's music.
Make some noise for the greatest rapper to ever get on a motherfucking microphone. He goes by the name of Eminem.
M is nasty, man. I tell people to this day, if M was black, he'd be the next Muhammad Ali, man.
He put white rap artists on the map, broke stereotypes, and was an icon for kids growing up at the time that he dropped his first 3 albums. His influence is undoubtable and evident in artists today, and spreads far across than just the rap genre. Alright, all that's done, now let's rate it. Discography gets an 86, those first 3 classics just put him up there for me. He gets a 96 on diss tracks, he dropped his first in the early 2000s and his last in 2018, and both of them ended with his opponent losing the beef. And he grew up battling, rap battles, everything, so come on, this is a 96. Lastly, influence. I mean, I have Nas as a 97 in this category. I feel like Eminem is up there as well, so I'll give him a 97. So all that puts Eminem as a 93 overall. This is the same as Kendrick and one higher than Nas. Now, granted, the categories for each aren't the same, but I feel like the ratings came out fair. For me, as MCs, they're all basically on one plane. Legends of the game for sure, and masters of the pen game. That's gonna be it for the video, guys. Episodes 1 and 2 will be in the description. Give them a watch if you want to. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Peace.